I scare you? My name's Erica, and this is my Bioshock Island. I mean, I'm gonna post this before Halloween, but happy Halloween. I wanted to do this to make a sort of time capsule. That way I can look back at it and be like, oh my god, that's how far I've come. Because basically all the other videos on my channel are with the same purpose. But the cool thing about this is that I left 10 candies around the island, so you can do the DA and go and try and find them. So you might see one or two that I forgot to pick up. Alright, let's get started. I have 5 houses. You have me, hotel, Zenden, which is a family-friendly version of the tea garden, the orphanage, which is the Little Sisters facility, the Fishbowl Diner, Roscoe, Muffy, Fuchsia, Audie, Flora, Anka, Raymond, Lucky, Sprocket, who kind of also doubles as the songbird, and Molly. So the little bit of background about my island is that, okay, well, spoilers, but if you haven't seen any of Bioshock, it's well over 10 years old now, so go check it out. But at the end, the Little Sisters and some of the citizens escape, and of course they can't go back into normal society. So they created this island, and they tried to formulate a solution for atom withdrawals, and didn't exactly go as planned, hence why some of the villagers are animals. It was either that or you ended up a gnome. So let's get started. My cute little entrance here. There's over 300 panels. I lost count. But I wanted this direct pathway into the island, kind of like how you would do the entrance into Columbia, how it's very straightforward. I have my shops right up here at the front. Unfortunately, I don't have this code, so please don't ask for it. All the ones I do have are available in my kiosk. So on the left we have Nooks. I have this little auto shop and workshop over here. And over on the right we have Abel's with their little workshop down at the bottom. And I'm probably going to get rid of this little section because we will have kicks in the future. And this is the art gallery, as well as the theater. And the back of the theater I'd like to think of as Rapture Records, which is why we got all the radios and all the instruments on the roof. And this is Apollo Square. We have a little library, my little photo shoot area. I decided that it was easier to do one area instead of trying to decorate my entire island for every single season. And the Fishbowl Diner. I guess this will be our first stop. I know in the game it doesn't really have, like, I don't want to say purpose, but this doesn't have an actual story part of the quest, but it is one of my favorite places. So of course we have fish at the Fishbowl Diner. In the back we have the Tanukis are very hard at work trying to make food. And over on the left here, we have the Mermaid Lounge. I know it's not really a dessert bar in the game, but that's how I like to use this. You know, more a little kid-friendly here. And over on the right, of course, we have to have a bathroom. Like, I really hate those places and stores that are like, you have to buy something in order to use it. I really like the sand as a floor. So that's the lower levels. Upstairs, we have this sort of ode to the amusement park roller coaster that Andrew Ryan had. It was more or less propaganda to be like, oh, the above world is bad, you know, and it was all fake. So that's where I replicated this. And then downstairs is one of more the iconic scenes. This is the code that is available at my kiosk. I said, Happy New Year 1959. A little bit of bloodshed. You know what? As PG as we can be for family friendly. But that is the Fishbowl Diner. Very simple in its purpose, but very beloved. And down at the bottom of Apollo Square, we have this little cafe that I'm gonna have to tear down because we will get Brewster. But if we keep going down, we come out to the beach. This is where Anka's house is. She didn't really have much of a purpose except for to teach the art class. Oh no. Alright, I'm gonna have to get her a better job so she doesn't leave. But Art Deco is the architectural design that Rapture basically has, and it's based off of the Egyptians, so that's one of the reasons I like to keep her. And then this is my resident services. If you dream my address, there's all these clothing options on the side. If we go up over this bridge, this is the little tiki bar. And then over here is the Little Sisters orphanage, or the Little Wonders facility. This is their backyard. And this was probably my favorite one to design, because I really did like looking through Little Sister's eyes, and it was very rose-tinted glasses. And I wanted to replicate that. You know, they only saw the beauty for what Rapture was. They didn't see all the bad stuff. And, you know, little sisters need to learn how to be little sisters. That code is also in my kiosk. And over on the left, we have this cute little bathroom again. We need bathrooms. And I'd like to think that the little sisters drew on the walls in here, trying to make it their own. And over on the right, of course, they have to have some form of food. So we have the cute little mess hall, but the diner set is just too cute not to use. I love it so much. And upstairs, of course, is where we're gonna have all the bunk beds, where they stay together. And all the cute little toys. Totally not the painting on the wall foreshadowing the next room. But as we know, the little sisters are experimented on in order to become what they are. So this is where that happens. Probably one of the most uncomfortable places in the game, for me at least. Very sad. And that's the Little Wonders facility. And of course, because they're experimenting on the little sisters, you gotta put them next to the graveyard. So we got Lucky here looking after them. And then we sort of have a memorial up here. It's the rock garden, but it is also dedicated to my 2 cats. The rock garden takes forever, but it's definitely worth it when you need to farm those materials. And then this is the main square. The actual entrance for it is back over here by the shops. And obviously the lighthouse, but the moon with the fossils in split is kind of my ode to Elizabeth and her tear. But going back into the plaza, we have the hotel over here. And before I was actually dedicated to the Bioshock theme, this was the first house that I designed. I wanted a place for Isabel and the Nooks to kind of come and relax, although hopefully we'll see them at the cafe with the update. This is the laundry room, and of course in the back I put a little cot for all the Dodo airline employees to take a nap, because it's not like they're really gonna stay. And over on the left is one room that is available for rent. And funny enough, when I designed this room, I had been staying in a hotel for my job. I was out training other people, and this is a similar setup that you would actually see in a hotel. I do like the darker theme, but in case that's not your taste, we do have a second room available. My cat shadow. What are you doing? This is a little Tucker here. But this is the second room. same layout, just a little brighter. And like I said, I wanted a place for Isabelle and the Nooks. We'll see about doing the DLC for the update, if we can actually do vacation homes for the NPCs. But we'll see. And this is Isabelle's room. And I did my homework. Those are outfits that she wore in the previous games. And of course I had to give her her own washer dryer because she's always looking for that sock. And downstairs is all for the Nooks. As far as being a smart design, I think this is probably my favorite. Very proud of this one. So we have the bedroom for the twins, the little living room, kitchen's in the middle, bathroom's up top, and then of course a second bedroom for Nook, and he's got his safe and his money rug. So that is the hotel. And now back out to the square. This is Dr. Raymond's house. And these are all the mailboxes. And Sprocket, I'd like to think of him as a handyman, always fixing wires. And this is the subway. And my cityscape. I actually designed it while it was nighttime. That way I could get all of the lights glowing in the right way. I know a lot of people use just the simple panels, but there's just something about that warm glow. And if we go back over this way, past the memorial, we have Muffy, who's a vendor where you can get your fortune told, and Roscoe sells kimonos. This is my orchard. I'm definitely gonna have to make room for new crops. But the rest of the farm is down below in front. I have this cute little barn. And every single flower in the game. And Molly is the one who actually runs the farm. And then if we come this way, this is the Zenden. Like I said, the family-friendly tea garden. So obviously, I had to keep true to the name. This is the spa. And in the back, this was kind of an afterthought. I wasn't sure what to do here, but I figured this is where Celeste and Luna could come for consultations. And down on the left, I had actually designed it for when I had Tybalt on my island. He was complaining that there wasn't a gym, and I didn't want to put it outside, so I put it inside. Unfortunately, he's no longer on my island. I had to give him up for Sprocket for the aesthetic. And on the right, this was again another set that I wanted to just use. It's the wedding set. I remember when it first came out, I farmed it like crazy. And then some, actually. I had traded some of the heart crystals. And upstairs, this is the bar. In the book Rapture, Bioshock, there's a plumber who really helps build Rapture for what it is. And after everything's said and done, he opens a bar called Fighting McDonagh. So this is kind of an ode to him. And again, downstairs is just another one of those sets that I wanted to use but not put it outside. So we have all the arcade games, and then a little drive-in movie theater. You know, these cars were too futuristic looking for the time period. And that is the Zenden. And it is set in Arcadia Forest, which is where we are. It has all these cute little glowing flowers and these tunnels, which is actually used by Frank Fontaine. I'll explain that in a second. But this is Flora and Fuchsia's house. They take care of the Arcadia. I'd like to think that the forest is one of the reasons that they're pink, but we'll just leave it at that. Right. And as I was saying, Fontaine uses all of the tunnels to move his products. He's actually not sketchy on the island. I mean, it's actually really his business, not really him. We'd like to think that he died. But here's the cooler. And up here is the shop front. So ideally, when the island is making their trades, you don't ever have to go inside, because they don't like outsiders. You know, you'd come up to the dock next to the bathysphere. You do your trade, and if for whatever reason you did get stuck here, there is this cute little campsite right past the dam that you would be secluded here until you were ready to leave the next morning. It's all the simple things. So like I said, Fontaine's fishery is really just a fishery here. But we do have this little guy named Red who likes to smuggle things in and out. And of course, he needed a place to set up shop. So, if you come back here, this is the little illegal auction. There's a little rascal. Now, back up here is kind of the other shady part he deals with, which is when the experiments go wrong. This is the med bay. And then this is the hospital. Gotta get in line for your vaccine. But would you kindly? The doctor, I was watching a friend play, and he was so scary to me because I actually don't like hospitals. And he was one of the reasons that I didn't play Bioshock until all these years later. But he put up a good fight. I'm not scared of him anymore. But back this way is towards the farm again. But we're gonna go back a little and take that pipe. You probably noticed the other half of it at Nook's Cranny. There we go. That's what I call easy access. And if we go back up towards the plaza, my house is right here, right in between the plaza and Arcadia. Oh, before we do that, this little part of Arcadia is dedicated to, I'm blanking on their name, but they had the cave in Arcadia, and they were supposed to have more screen time and be more involved in the story, but they weren't, so they were just kind of a hideout. But that's dedicated to them. And this is my house. And of course we got Big Daddy over there. And this is actually more of a true ode to Rapture. This was the first thing that I designed before I dedicated myself to the theme. So of course when you find the lighthouse, no gods, no kings, only man. In the back here, we have one of my favorite characters again, Sander Cohen, where he plasters people and has all this bizarre art. Him and Red are definitely friends. And again, over on the left, we have the med bay again. Like I said, that doctor, he scared me. Over it now, but it was very intense. And over on the right, it's my personal. Now there's many different places of residence in Rapture. You don't exactly have the caste system, but you do have the nicer looking ones, like this one that you would kind of see in Artemis Suites. And upstairs is, again, one of the most beautiful places in the game, in my opinion. Arcadia. I'd like to think the code is behind the door. That's why there's the little camera in the corner, making sure you don't get in. And downstairs, this is actually one of the areas that I dreaded. I'm sure you remember we had to get into an area of the map where you had to put all your weapons away. Fontaine's Fishery and the ice cooler. You only had your wrench and incinerate, and you just had to get your way out. And that is my Rapture House. And that pretty much completes the tour. You probably saw one or two candies laying around that you should go pick up when you dream my address. But let me know what you liked and what you didn't in the comments, because after the update I will definitely be tearing some things down and moving stuff around. But yeah, it's also kind of hard because I am very attached to this island in the way that it looks. It's been this way for a long time. I know I had posted a couple videos back of progress that I had made. Recording that progress and editing it just it takes way too long. So I won't be doing the process of it. But I'd still like to know what you think. But thanks for watching. Bye.